Going up for auction today is a 2006 Chevy C5500 Kodiak shuttle bus. As you can see, this bus is black in color, formerly owned by Towson University. It's a one owner, which uses campus shuttle services. It's got a 6.6 Duramax motor in it with miles being 231 and runs and drives with no issues. As you can see, the body's still in really nice shape. It's minor cosmetic imperfections around it, being a good detailing would take some of the old graphic, the outlay on. You can see where there's still some yellow up there on the top that had kind of the same pattern that flowed through that they have taken off. Good buffing, probably get all the little lines out of it just to get everything to match back up. And then some of the rubber trim, which is typical on motorhomes and stuff like that, just a little channel trim molding, kind of shrinks up and pops in and out of that track. It just hides the screws, but nothing major or alarming or anything that causes any kind of leaks. As you can see, like right here, they just kind of slide into a track. Tires are in decent shape. Probably gonna need to replace them sooner than later, but for right now, I'd have no fear driving this bus across the country. You can see by the back, still the same thing. It's kind of graphics here. Its main cosmetic imperfection going around. You just see the outlay, you know, of the vinyl. I guess they decided not to peel the ones up top because they were too tall. Sure, somebody had a ladder, get up there and take them off as well. It is a handicap accessible shuttle with a fully functioning Braun Millennium lift. Let me show here. So you can see the lift unfolds and goes down, and it'll go back up just as easy. Just showing you everything that's fully functioning on it. Definitely a nice feature to have, even though I find more often than not when people buy buses like these, they end up taking the lift out and either converting them to motorhomes or adding chairs back to them. You know, do all sorts of stuff with them, but it does have a working lift, which could definitely be a plus for somebody that's looking to get into some kind of business that could utilize it. As we come around the rest of the bus, you kind of got the same thing that's going on the other side on this one, with just minor cosmetic imperfections. A little bit of chipping paint right there, still the vinyl graphic outlay. You can see like the pattern change. And some paint here that probably came off with the vinyl graphics. Walk into this bus. Nice cockpit area. Driver's seat does have some rips and tears, but still quite comfortable, and you don't see them when you're sitting in it. Heat and AC up front work with no issues. The rear AC unit, you can hear the compressor come on, but the fan does not blow up top. I'm not sure why. I'm not a specialist in the field. I wouldn't even know where to begin as to what it could be. Could just be a blower motor resistor, you know, a wire loose. Just, it's nothing that we get involved in. They did have an aftermarket radio in it, and they kind of threw this one back in there. It does turn on. It can select stations, but it has no volume, and it's because it was hooked to a auxiliary converter. And I believe when they took out the PA system and stuff like that, it was all kind of wired in together. So there's the existing wires for that stuff. But there is no sound. Somebody would probably want to take it out, put a radio in, and actually wire it back up to like the factory harness, which is still intact in the dash. We had that apart earlier, looking it over. As you can see, this bus is sitting here running the entire time, and quiet as can be for being a diesel. Miles being 231,551. No service lights on. Good oil pressure. 3/4 tank of gas. Charging. Coolant temperature's all good. Power mirrors work. They are heated. Everything else seems to be in functioning order. Got a high idle switch. That's functioning. This button is not wired to anything, and there's one on the other side it's not wired to anything either. I'm not really sure what it's for. They just don't do anything. Does have the handicap power controls here for the lift, which has it on. And you can see there's a button for music, but there's nothing there to feed it to anything. Looking at the back now, you got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12's 24, and 4 in the back is 28 seats. They're in decent shape. They're not all beat up. Could use a little bit of love, good cleaning. As we walk around, I'll show you all those, kind of give you an idea of what each one of them looks like. And then these two here are folded up for the wheelchairs. There's the lift on the inside. Same thing with the seats over here. Still in decent shape. Got some life left in them. They're not perfect, but they're by now not all means tore up and beat to hell. A little bit of love. They'd be right back to probably looking new again and all cleaned up. Really nice bus. Like I said, one owner, owned by Towson University. Completely functioning, runs and drives with no issues. Just, you know, for being as big as it is, it runs down the highway smooth. Kind of pleasurable to drive. You know, whether you want to turn it into a party bus for tailgating or put it into service, you know, nice bus. One owner, runs and drives, no problems. It's a no reserve auction. It's going to start out at $1 to the highest bidder, regardless of price. So whatever it ends at in 7 days is what it will sell for. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call. I'll be glad to answer anything you may have. If you've got no feedback, I'd ask that you give us a heads up. Say, hey, I'm interested in this auction. I'm new to eBay, but I plan on following through if we do win this. Nobody likes relisting stuff for somebody that's not serious, just to jump in and steal something at the last second from somebody. So little heads up, little courtesy goes a long way. Try to make this as fair for everyone as possible, and good luck with this auction.